guys, what is happening? This is Blizzard Raptor here, and welcome to the final part of the Ezio trilogy. We're finally getting there. Let's go fired right in. Desmond? No, of course not. Raptor? Why would you even ask that? Here we go.
We can keep him like this for a few days, maybe a week.
Call ahead. Tell him we're on our way.
As soon as we're clear.
Desmond Miles. Your life has changed so much in so little time. 2 months ago, you were pouring shots for bankers and celebrities. But now look at you. You're an assassin. One of us. One of the good guys. Isn't that nice? Men and women dedicated to protecting and preserving human life and liberty. Not like those Templars. Cold and calculating autocrats, drunk on power, obsessed with order, all that. We're doing our best to stop them. Yeah. Doing our best. But you remember all this, right? You remember the Animus, the machine we used to unravel genetic memories and relive the lives of our ancestors? First, you were Altair, a stoic 12th century assassin from the Holy Land. Then, you were Ezio Auditore, a wealthy Italian with charisma and a talent for revenge. So, what do you three have in common? That's right, the Apple of Eden. That strange artifact left behind by those people. The ones who came before. You know the Apple's power. You felt it for yourself. Oh, it's been fun, hasn't it, Desmond? But that's about to change. Your mind is fragmented, falling to pieces. And if you don't find a way to wake up, you may lose yourself. Forever.
Okay, I shut down the Animus monitoring system to free up a lot of memory, but even like this, it's still risky.
Desmond will be fine. The partition worked, the Animus is stable, and his signs are good.
For now. But this was built to recreate memories, not simulate entire cognitive processes.
The Animus will do its part, and Desmond will do the rest.
That's some intro, eh?
What's happening? I can't move. I can't. No! Hello?
Oh, here we go. That's is that a cold open they call that? No information at all. Don't worry, I'll fill you in once we've got through this bit.
Just walk right past me.
16?
No, they didn't tell you my name.
God damn it, I'm still in the Animus?
Quite a shock you suffered out there.
Rebecca! Get me out of here.
They can't help you, Desmond. You're a broken man. Your mind, it's... broken.
Broken. I feel fine.
So did I. Hey! Look at me now! Let's talk, buddy. Walk with me.
What is this place?
It's nice, isn't it? We're in the guts of the Animus. The original test program. No memories here, just basic physics, weather simulations. Hello, world. You're lucky someone up there had the sense to plug you in here. It saved your life.
Saved it from what?
Right now, you should be sitting in a hospital ward, drooling and chewing on your tongue. For now, the Animus is keeping you intact. Keeping all your ancestors from collapsing into one big mess. But But if you can't find a sync nexus, all those personalities will smash together. And that won't be pretty.
A sync nexus?
I'm getting there, hold on. There. That thing is your way out.
You're screwing with me.
Here's the problem. Your brain is hash. Too many ghosts in your head, too many voices. So how do you fix that? You claw your way back into the stored data, you find unfinished memories, and you crack them open. Finish what you started, until your ancestor has nothing left to show you. That is a sync nexus. And when you find it, the Animus can separate Desmond from Ezio and Altair and send you home. Back to your body.
How do you know all this?
Because it happened to me. But my body, it's worm food now. So I'm stuck here. A word of warning? When you step through there, everything changes. Nothing feels normal. But you are still in control, and it's up to you to find your way out.
Right.
If you hurry, you might make it back in time for Lucy's funeral.
What?
Oh. I thought you knew.
Lucy. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. It's that voice. Juno. She took hold of me. She made me... What am I doing? What have I done?
Right, so ultra quick recap for you guys here. The end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, we saw Desmond collapse, and while I was chatting with you guys during the credits, you probably heard the dialogue where they plugged Desmond into the Animus to save his life. That's where we pick up, literally. Now, you might have heard Rebecca's voice during the opening cutscene when we saw Desmond lying in the Animus, and you might also have heard a male voice. That is one of my favourite actors, John Delancey, who I primarily know from Star Trek, although I have seen him in a few other bits and pieces that he's been in. He's a fantastic actor, he does a really good villain, but in this one he is someone who's trying to help Desmond. And he's basically the reason that Desmond is able to survive inside the Animus at the moment. He's helping Rebecca jury-rig it so that it keeps Desmond's brain intact, his sort of consciousness intact long enough for him to find his way out. So that's where we are, with Desmond desperately trying to find our way out of the Animus with our sanity in one piece. This is another one that I don't think is very long story-wise. We'll probably be through it in about 10-12 hours, same as the last time. Videos will be around about an hour and a half, 2 hours long, depending on where it's convenient to finish up.
Claudia, my dearest sister. I have been in Acre a week now, safe and in high spirits, but prepared for the worst. The men and women who have fed and sheltered me here also give me warning that the road to Masyaf is overrun by mercenaries and bandits, not native to this land. What this could mean, I dread to guess. When I first set out from Roma 10 months ago, I did so with a single purpose: to discover what our father did not. In a letter written the year before my birth, he makes mention of a library hidden beneath the stones of Masyaf Castle. A sanctum full of invaluable wisdom. So what will I find when I arrive there? Who will greet me? A host of eager Templars, as I fear most strongly. Or nothing but the whistling of a cold and lonely wind. Masyaf has not been home to the assassins for almost 300 years now. Can we still claim it for our own? Are we welcome there? I am wary of this fight, Claudia. Not because I am tired, but because our struggle seems to move in one direction only, towards chaos. Today, I have more questions than answers. This is why I've come so far. To find clarity. To find the wisdom left behind by the great Altair. So that I may better understand the purpose of our fight. And my place in it. Should anything happen to me, Claudia, should my skills fail me, or my ambition lead me astray, do not seek retribution or revenge in my memory, but fight to continue the search for truth, so that all may benefit. My story is one of many thousands, and the world will not suffer if it ends too soon.
Is not so easily beaten. So, opening cutscene. 10 out of 10. Ezio's travelled to Masyaf because he's exhausted all the knowledge that he can find in Italy, and he's found his dad's letter points to Masyaf. Now, being an assassin and being the Mentore, he knows the history of Masyaf. He knows that it belonged to the assassins during the time of the Crusades. The time of the Crusades is done, and Altair didn't hang around there. Masyaf hasn't been home to the assassins for nearly 300 years. The current time, if I remember rightly, is 1507. So you're talking roughly the 1200s into the 1300s, somewhere around about there. So the assassins are still in good shape. It's just Ezio, as we saw there, he got ambushed, seriously kicked butt, got distracted by a hallucination of Altair, and he's lost one blade, and he's
Kill that bastard! Look everywhere! Top to bottom! I want him dead!
Graphics are a lot better.
Ezio! I'm going to dig your heart out with a shovel and feed it to you! Damn this blizzard! It could be anywhere! What the hell are you standing around for?
So we still
Make
got
yourself
first
useful!
Now we're going to the wall. Altair's still guiding us. We're moving in his shadow, literally. It's like one of those ghosts from the racing games. Like Forza, where you have to race against your own father. Where to now, old man? So as you can see, we would have had dual pin blades, but what happened? Ezio decided that it would be a grand idea to get one broken. I actually think it was the one on his left hand that got broken. I think there's a mistake there in continuity. I'm sure he was turning with his left hand and his left hand got struck, but fair dues. So he's only got one hidden blade now. Got a sword though. That's a start.
He's bolting!
cell apart. It's not that exciting. Following Altair's shadow, trying to find our way to that hidden library. Taking our guys as quietly as we can. Graphics have been improved again, as you can see. If you go back to Brotherhood and have a look at this, the edges are a lot more polished, the sense of scale is a lot bigger. Have to try and remember what my buttons are. Next available mission is always on the minimap. Okie doke. Round this corner. Round this corner. Good on. Is it wanting me to just dare assassinate this guy yet? Is it? This guy hasn't seen me somehow. So I think what we'll do is we'll just... Oh. Now he's seen me. We get slow motion executions. That's a new thing. Oh look, a locksmith.
Be merciful, please. I am a working man with a family.
Doing what kind of work?
Digging mostly. It took me a year to find this chamber. And for the past 3 months, I've been trying to break through this door.
You've not made much progress.
I have not made a dent. This stone is harder than steel.
I doubt you will. This door is guarding objects more valuable than all the gold in the world.
Ah, do you mean gemstones?
There are keyholes here. Where are the keys?
These Templars found one beneath the Ottoman Sultan's palace. As for the others, I suppose the little book will tell them.
What book?
A journal of some kind. That ugly captain, he carries it with him wherever he goes.
Go home. Find work with honest men.
Oh, I would love to leave this place. But these men, they will murder me if I try.
Pack your tools.
So we've been stymied in our efforts to reach the library. That door's barren. We know that they have a key and a journal. And Ezio is not a man to let an opportunity pass for a wee bit of revenge.
The assassin must not get his hands on that book. When we reach Leandros, we will escort him out of the village. You stay behind and make sure we're not followed.
Much harder to get the chains though because the guys will attack even when you're in the middle of an animation now. feels a little more demanding than it did in the last one.
Madman. I knew that.
Does it like...
I was trying to assassinate them, apparently. The guy that's flashing there is going to attack me. Game's telling me that that's not clever. I should tell at least one Templar to where he's going. So we'll do that. I should be able to just follow them.
What on earth?
I know Masaya quite well. I know, for example, that the buildings are coming to an end now. I have to go down this way. Parkour's still a little janky. Like I say, it was never really finished or polished until Unity. We've moved away from the Italian controversies as well. We're not studying any big events that have happened in a different part of the world. We're obviously in the Middle East from Assassin's Creed, and we're also in Constantinople.
Here, Cobra Summo! None of you leave until the assassin is dead! Do you understand?
Ignore me, Kirilo. He seems to have found us.
Panic! Panic!
Ezio, what are you thinking? The tail was easy, honestly. You're tempted to drop off the parachute earlier. Assassinate guys just don't use it as close as that.
He's behind us! There! You see him? What are you doing?
So as long as I keep Ezio taking damage,
Damn! Die, you
entirely unfair. But yeah, you see, this is one of the new. Well, we did this with. What's his name? Leonardo da Vinci in the second game.
Die, you bastard!
There's no difficulty setting for this. I am playing it on the which is normal. Ouch. That was some fall. He's escaped me for now. And yes, you did see right, there are bombs coming.
Not just made his eyes off this road for a moment. Do you understand me? Nothing gets through. Leandros! There! Well, well. Look what crawled out of its hole to die. He's at death's door. Finish him off. Bring me his head, or throw yourselves into the canyon!
Used to be so easy.
Ezio's getting a bit old now. By the standards of the time period, Ezio has already lived past what would have been life expectancy. So when I say he's old, I mean he's old. Think at the beginning of Brotherhood, he was just hitting his 40s. It's not bad. So yeah, if he was 40 at that point, at the beginning of Brotherhood, by the time Brotherhood finishes, I think he's in his mid-40s. I think now he's approaching his 50s. Yeah, so I think he's that injury is a proper injury. He's hurt quite badly. I think I might have messed up because I don't think I can climb. No, I can't. Does it take? Aye. A few seconds to work, does it? Or aye, I hit the first one, must have hit him in a chest plate. He'll kill me as well if I let him. I think his arm might be dislocated and he's got cracked ribs. That's better. Don't want to stay locked on him, thank you. He'll take care of that guy for me. I still can't climb though, so I don't know why I'm even coming up here. Looks like that guy's making a circuit. Is that the way you went, Ezio? What is it? Are you feeling unwell? What is the problem? What is it? Are you feeling unwell? That guy is deciding to be a problem. Nope. Is he still following me? No. That went very fast.
Look at that fat black tongue.
That hasn't killed him, has it? What was it?
Foreign muscle for hire.
Easy peasy, eh?
Could it be that you are every bit as deadly as the legends say? Or am I in charge of an army of drunks swinging sticks? Right this way, Ezio. Nowhere left to run now!
Not for me, and not for you.
Kill that dog! Cut him down! Now! Die!
Good. I guess.
Can't take much punishment in this state. But one of these guys might have medicine on him.
That dulls the pain.
If you didn't get it from them, you'd have got it from there. So, no, get down, get down, get down.
Don't let him get away! Ah! Got you now!
No, you don't.
Damn it! He's getting away!
I'll do. Up we go. Maybe? No? Yep. Coming to dodge their trap as well. Made it. Again. Think they can still hit me.
Worse, Malagas! What does it take to kill you, eh? Why will you not die?
I would quite like my sword.
Don't you ever stop howling.
That could have gone quite badly.
Well, the old hound still has a bite.
The book you carry, where is it?
Niccolo Polo's journal.
This will do you no good. Not now. We have found one of the Masyaf keys already, and are closing in on the rest.
What is in that library is not for you, not for the Templars.
You can have Altair's books, Ezio. We only want guidance. We only want directions. To the location of the Grand Temple.
Grand Temple? Tell me more, now! Requiescat in pace, bastardo.
Hope you heard that. The journal of. Did he say it was Marco Polo's journal?
This apple. It is a remarkable piece of work. Feel the material, hard as steel, but very light.
You really want to be fooling with that thing?
I do. I absolutely do. I have been waiting a long time to get my hands on one of these.
Okay, you're making me nervous, Bill.
Don't be. I don't think I have the right genes to properly wield it.
Oh, but Desmond, you think he does?
So I'm pretty sure in this game there's no Ultimate armor. Ezio's in that outfit all the way through.
What the hell just happened?
You were snooping, wandering outside the Desmond partition. So once the Animus located you, it pulled you back here. It's just following orders. Like a fail-safe program. Trying to keep your poor head intact, whether you like it or not.
What are you doing here exactly?
Playing, learning, waiting. A lot of waiting. I keep the Animus distracted as best I can. For you, so you can explore. Otherwise it might hunt you down like a little virus and, delete you.
Well, my guardian angel.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, Thanks.
That's basically a gameplay excuse for if you quit the Ezio portions of the
Sean,
game.
it's me.
You
What's
come back
happening?
here.
Are you at the airport?
Yeah, we're chartering a jet. Are you coming?
Yes, yeah. I'll be there soon.
Good.
They buried her already.
I heard.
The little cemetery outside Rome. Nice place.
God, things got so fucked up so fast.
Is Desmond still out?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of brain activity, but the monitoring system shut down. We can't record anything.
Well, keep me posted, okay? I'll see you soon.
The backstory there was very good.
Dear sister, Masyaf is overrun by a battery of Templars, and their motive is clear. They desire the secrets locked away in Altair's library. Secrets they believe will lead them to something called the Grand Temple. Whether or not this is true, I do know the library is real. I have seen its door from myself. But none can enter. Not without 5 keys which were sent to Constantinople with Niccolo Polo almost 300 years ago. Claudia, I must find these keys. The Templars have already located one, and I do not know how difficult it will be to find the others. Only time, skill, and a bit of luck will tell.
Sounds old as well. Oh.
A magnificent sight.
It is a work in progress.
No city in Europa has a skyline quite like this.
Well, to be precise, that is Europa. That is Asia.
Ah, some borders even the Ottomans cannot move.
Very few. You are Italian by the sound of it, but your outfit is not. Have you been traveling long?
Si, da molto tempo. I left Rome a 12 months ago, looking for inspiration. And that search brought me here. When I was a child, my father told me stories about the fall of Constantinople.
You must mean the conquest of Constantinople. I suppose the moral of any story matches the temper of the man telling it.
That we can agree on.
Güzel. Constantinople is a city for all kinds and creeds. Students like me or travelers such as yourself. I have so much work to return to, but it is good to be home.
Work? When I was your age, my interests were mainly salve.
Incredible. I am surprised you got anything done.
As was my mother.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, Beyefendi. I hope you find something to hold your interest in.
I have faith I will.
Yardım edebilir miyim efendim?
Grazie, dear boy.
A scholar and a gentleman. You are full of surprises.
Very few, my friend. Eksik olmayın.
Hoş geldin kardeşim. Unless the legend is a lie, you are the man I long to meet. Renowned master and mentor. Ezio Auditore, the la.
Prego.
Forgive me. I have a hard time remembering that Italian gibberish.
Da Firenze, the city where I was born.
Ah, yes. So, by your custom, I would be Yusuf Tazim da Istanbul. I like that.
Istanbul. Yet another name for this city.
Evet, it's a local favorite. Come, mentor da Firenze. I will show you around.
You're gonna get a couple of quick history lessons here, alright? Fall of Constantinople was the last sort of... Constantinople had been under siege for a long time, like the eastern part of the Roman Empire, and when Rome fell, they carried on the name of the Roman Empire. So officially it was Byzantium. God, this is so confusing for you guys. Just know that if you look it up, you'll find that the city was part of the Byzantine Empire. The Byzantine Empire had been trying to stop the Ottoman Turks from spreading, the Ottoman and the Seljuk Turks from spreading from east to west. Not because like any empire at the time, everybody wanted to conquer somewhere. The Byzantines saw themselves as a bastion of Christianity against the heretical sort of invader, and the Ottoman and Seljuk Turks saw themselves as bringing the light of civilization west. And I actually think I agree with them, because Europe was a bit of a crap hole in the 1500s. But anyway, that point aside, Byzantium eventually fell. Constantinople fell. The last Byzantine emperor was killed, and the Turks, the Ottoman Turks and the Seljuk Turks took control of Constantinople. Now, the other thing that was referred to there is the barrier between Asia and Europe. Technically, is it the Caspian Sea? I think it's the Caspian Sea splits what is recognised as mainland Europe from mainland Asia, but Constantinople bridges both, so the city actually crosses borders. Like the guy said, it's called Istanbul, and we recognise it as Istanbul in Turkey today. But that would all come many years later. Just for this time period, just think that Constantinople is the name of the city. It's split into two parts, separated by a sea that you have to cross on boats, and it's just, you know, it's really sort of flourishing at this period. There's a lot of people travel to it. So, you know, read that, give it a good read through, and let's go exploring. Suleiman the Magnificent is worth...
Welcome to Galatadiste. For centuries, it has been a home to orphans from Europa and Asia alike. You won't find more diversity anywhere else in the city. And for that reason, assassins make it their home.
I would like to see where.
Kesinlikle. The Brotherhood is always eager to meet the man who put the Borgias out to pasture.
Oh. Does everyone in this city know I'm here already?
Well, your Holy Land tussle with the Templar did not go unnoticed.
When I first set out, violence was so far from my mind. I sought wisdom. The contents of Altair's library.
Not realizing it has been sealed for 3 centuries?
No, I assumed as much. But I never expected to find Templars guarding it.
Very troubling, no? 5 years ago, Templar influence here was minimal. A small faction with dreams of restoring the Byzantine throne. But they're growing in number, day by day. And with Sultan Bayezid on his way out, they may try something dramatic.
Is there no heir to the Ottoman throne?
Not just one, 2 angry sons. It's a familiar pattern with these royals. When the Sultan coughs, the princes draw their swords.
Ezio should be used to that. It's pretty much the same in Europe.
Between the Templars and the Ottomans, you must stay busy.
Ezio, I barely have time to polish my blade. Leave some for me, eh? Must remember that. More Templars! Look sharp! No. Watch.
Byzantium is dead, as are you.
The whole city wakens to welcome you, Ezio. First the regents, now the rats. Ottoman soldiers have a special loathing for these Byzantine thugs. That gives us some breathing room.
How much?
Just a little. They'll still kill you if you look at them wrong. But they will feel bad about it later.
Touching.
It's not so bad, really. For the first time in many decades, the assassins have a strong presence here. It wasn't always that way. Under the Byzantine Emperor, the assassins were hunted down and killed on the spot.
Quick bit of history there as well. I recognise this bit from the last time I played it, so you can see the textures and the
We're almost there.
in the game is much better than it was in the previous 2. It's much more diverse for a start as well. The architecture's like a mix between Rome and the cities in Assassin's Creed 1, like Acre and things like that. So you've got low tiled
This way.
roofs going up to terraced not terraced, up to sort of towers, golden towers and things like that.
Mentor, say hello to your extended family.
Salute a voi, assassini. It is an honor to find such fast friends so far from home.
You see, brothers? Our mentor is not afraid to weep openly in front of pupils.
Do not worry. I will not make a habit out of it.
Ezio and I were ambushed on the way here. I'd like some of you to do a sweep of the area. Hey, men! And you, Ezio. Your weapons and armor are in a pitiful state. Maybe find some money and repair what you can. There is a blacksmith nearby. He's a friend.
Buona idea.
This is going to give us a feel for the layout of the game. This is their, this is their Assassin's HQ. I should show you around it quickly. Here's the weapon room where all of Ezio's gear will be stored again, similar to Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood.
Mentor, honor.
This is the armor room. Somebody just spoke to me, I think I ran past them. Ah yes, he's up there behind that. We've got braziers, burning incense, making it smell nice. That looks like a shortcut that will unlock later. Here we have the library, where a lot of the knowledge that the local assassins have been able to scrounge up is kept. A lot of this is historical as well, going back to Altair's time. And this is the entrance, a very grand entrance, I'm sure you'll agree. So that's a quick tour, a quick whistle-stop tour of the Assassin's headquarters. We probably won't be back here much. Earn enough money to buy new armor. Okay. I think there's a systemic event round the corner here. Doesn't matter where he goes, Ezio still knows how to blend in with the people. One thing I'll say about this game is it's very colourful. Very, very colourful. I like it. It's alive in a way that the other Assassin's Creed games don't feel. Oh. There we go. You've probably seen prompts for armor appearing there.
Why are you here? Get down!
Oh, right, okay, they're bad guys, right. I move towards the yellow dots thinking... Okay. So we've got a target here, which should give us something... Is it the blacksmith? Yeah.
I also make a wide selection of armors!
Have I got enough for this? Yeah, I have.
Metal is made. Noble prices of noble wares.
There we go.
Armor fit for a sultan and the price to match.
Pretty sure there's not a legendary armor set here, but I don't remember getting it if there was. Such an open presence as well. Here's something else that's different. So the headquarters of the assassins obviously under here, but look, I'm just standing in the street, not fenced off, not gated off, not hiding on rooftops, not hiding underground.
Praise the heavens! We feared we had lost our mentor to the vices of the big city.
I am content with my own vices, grazie.
So, what's on your mind, Ezio?
Tell me more about the Templars. You call them Byzantines. The Byzantine Empire was overthrown 60 years ago.
These men are remnants of a line loyal to the cause of the last emperor, Constantine XI. Who leads them now, however? I cannot say.
Capisco. I suppose it is up to me to find out.
Ezio, where is your hook blade?
My hook blade?
You've never seen one? I grew up using these.
Show me how it works.
Boom, boom. You're gonna enjoy this. This adds to your traversal.
Think of the hook blade as an extension of yourself, Ezio.
See it? Blade comes out, latches on for me.
Come on.
There we go.
You think I cannot make this one? Didn't break a sweat. We must hurry.
Well.
What the?
Not quite as smooth.
Easy, friend.
Moving like the
wind.
Watch and learn, Ezio. We call this a hook and run. Sprint at your opponent, and just as you reach him, use the hook blade to slip by.
Did you see it? So you run towards them and hold circle.
Harika!
There you go.
Shahane! Harika!
So you basically use the blade. It's not a blade for stabbing, you use it to pull them down.
No! I don't want to die!
The standard Ottoman hook blade has two parts, you see. The hook and the blade. So you can use one or the other. An elegant design. How about a bigger challenge?
Va bene, let's go.
Having fun? That's right. Let the hook blade do the work. İşte böyle. Throw yourself into it.
This is probably going to be one of the highest buildings I've climbed so far in this game.
Welcome to Constantinople, Ezio. The crossroads of the world. Many generations of men have ruled the city, but they have never subdued her. She always bounces back.
It seems a fine place to call home.
It is. Race you to the bottom?
Oh yeah, it's not going to let me fill off. Synchronized, right. And you have to click L3 to synchronize this time. Like you're trying to use your eagle vision.
We put up with from our
I'm impressed, Yusuf. My brothers in Roma would like this.
Just give credit where it is due.
Yusuf, çabuk buraya gel.
Huh?
An attack on two fronts, Galata and the Grand Bazaar.
Every day, the same bad news. How is your appetite for swordplay?
I do what I must.
Good man.
New tactics.
When he tires of running, an assassin must take to the air. Watch. A Templar scout. And another there. Watch this. Assassin! Help!
Assassinations.
Time to part company. I'll head to the bazaar. You stay here. Do you see that tower?
See. The Galata Den.
Evet. I can't be in two places at once, but with you here, I don't have to be. Haydi rastgele.
Sold that. It's one of the coolest new mechanics that they've added to the game. It's genuinely brilliant.
Büyük Sheriff Usta. Is Yusuf with you?
An attack in this city demands his attention. What is our situation?
We beat back the vanguard, but they are sure to send more troops.
Are your men ready for another fight?
They are now.
This is the uncool new mechanic that they added to the game. This is the tower defense sort of thing that they decided to add. And it's honestly not that much fun. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. I appreciate them experimenting with new mechanics and things to keep the game's exciting, keep people coming back, but this isn't.
Take your stand there. Take your stand there. Take your stand there.
We've got a leader and 2 crossbowmen so far. Easy peasy. You'd ideally want it where those guys can have a killing field. So the idea here is, because of where I've positioned those 2 guys up there, put the barricade there, because then they'll have to fight through it while they're under constant fire, so they're not going to have the whole street to run down this time. See?
Hold that point for me. Secure that point. I need you to hold that point.
So we've got a barricade still there. It's not, you can see its health reduces as it's attacked. Game's still tutoring me through what to do. We're getting to see the different units. So those guys have made it through. They're now attacking the main bazaar. My guys can't hit them.
Defend that area.
So what we'll do is we'll get...
Hold that point for me. Hold there.
A couple of these guys in again. One down. I can hit the Templar group with cannon fire. So what I could do here is put a barrier, right? And then
That is your target!
Cannon shot obviously working like the cannons from like the Assassin calls from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So now I'm free to do what I want. And I get a leader up here beside me.
Make your stand there.
I'll get some crossbowmen
Make your stand there.
up here to help
Make
out.
your stand there.
There we go. So it's basically just a tower defense. It's like those games you see advertised on the mobile phone thing. Did you see that? I upgraded the barricade. It's in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. Tells me I can upgrade my barricades, make them stronger. Don't think it works for every unit, no, you can just recall the assassins. Now they're bringing the heavy artillery.
I need you to hold that point. I need you to hold that point. Target check! Right there. Fire attack!
Get another rifleman up here.
Hold that point for me.
Get another crossbowman up. Here.
Secure that point.
Not got enough.
Right there!
Wasn't great. I should have put a third barricade in the middle. It's not bad though. And that's your introduction to the tower defense part of the game. Ezio in his cool mentor's outfit. Great, it matches beard.
Send word if the Templars regroup. I will be with Yusuf at the Grand Bazaar then.
Take a ferry across the Halij. It's the fastest way to the peninsula.
Nothing's out of my reach now, which is pretty good. I love it. I can literally jump from anywhere. You can chase me all you want, you're not going to catch me. And the sad thing is, the gimmick with the zip lines wouldn't be revisited until... Yeah, they wouldn't be revisited again until Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Which is a bit rubbish. I think there were zip lines in the other games, but they didn't have the same gameplay. That's what I'm looking for. They didn't have the gameplay mechanic of being able to speed up, slow down, being able to leap off and do an assassination. They were just a sort of means of getting from A to B, and then they revisited the whole messing around with zip lines and how you could incorporate that into your movement and your offensive strategy. That wouldn't come back, like I say, until Syndicate. But we'll get there in plenty of time. So a lot of this first part's going to be a lot of tutorial. This video will probably be a long tutorial video.
Ezio! Come meet my new friends!
You are not going anywhere! Stay there! Run! How to get there?
You fight like a man late for his own wedding.
See, by about 25 years.
I was too late to save the bazaar then, unfortunately. But now that my army has doubled in size, we'll take it back together. This way! When the Templars take control of a district, they flaunt their presence. Hanging banners, extorting the merchants, it's a constant battle to keep them at bay. And they rub our noses in every victory.
They are quite bold. Why does the Sultan tolerate this?
Sultan Bayezid is far away, Ezio. Warring with his son Selim, many Fersa northwest of the city. He has been away for years, at least since the earthquake, and maybe even before. He is blind to all this turmoil.
Ah, but your eyes are open, see?
Hem defal, Tashigibi. Believe it.
Constantinople, or Constantie, is one of my favourite settings in the game. I love it. It's a city that just feels alive with an optimism that's missing in the European games, but in medieval Europe was a very grim time.
Too many to engage directly.
I am not confident a smoke bomb will help us here.
Smoke bomb? Ezio, it's time you Italians joined the 16th century. These do not obscure. They distract. You see? They can't resist. Let's move.
You are full of surprises today.
Crafting explosives is a new hobby. One we borrowed from the Chinese and have taken to with great passion.
You will have to teach me.
Who is the mentor here, Ezio? I'm beginning to wonder.
So this is our bomb tutorial. We'll get an introduction to bomb crafting. I might wrap up after that.
Your turn. Make me proud.
R1, select bomb. Cherry bomb. Alright. hold to aim the bomb. It's a bit clunky.
Aman Tanrım! What was that?
There we go.
What was that?
It's literally a distraction.
There they go. Hurry, we're nearly there.
And as you see on the screen there, as you're sprinting, you can tap to drop a bomb. That's tactical. There are bombs that you can use for that as well. We'll get to them as I start crafting.
This is another of our many dens, taken by Templars, as you can see. Somewhere among this rabble is a Templar captain. Kill him, then climb the tower and light their signal fire. This warns the Templars that it is time to pack up and go.
Bene, you create a distraction. I will send them home.
Gonna be one left for me.
Ezio, over here. Whenever the Templars commandeer one of our dens, they leave a captain in charge. Search the area carefully, and you might see him strutting about like a peacock. Use those legendary senses of yours, Ezio, and scan the streets. You'll find our target.
You see how eagle vision requires more of a... what's the word? Requires more input from you now as the player. You can't just hover over someone and scan them instantly. That's not what I meant to do.
Odd about that. Where do I know that man?
I'm getting out of here!
Another stranger.
Which way did he go? I want him caught! Now!
Okay.
Where? Now,
Mercenary? Hey, you remember yesterday? What was that sound that you were telling us about? The one your Theo used and you said, well done. Well done. Smite.
Nice work, Kefas. Those kids won't throw on the road anymore. I like the way you widen your eyes and nostrils. Very tough. Almost shot themselves.
No! Keep my head down and rise!
Okay, this is much tougher. Much tougher. Combat.
No!
I want to try and recover some medicine. That's why I'm searching the bodies. Ah, I pushed the button there. Never meant it. And there we are.
Where's that one from?
So that didn't go brilliantly.
Faster! We're losing him!
Another one?
He's losing us! Faster, boy!
That wasn't the smoothest take back ever. Still pretty good though. Might as well since we're here, but the memory's about to end.
I'm seeing very strange activity in the Animus.
Oh?
The CPU should be fairly idle, but the system monitor is spiking regularly, sometimes as high as 85%.
Is it serious?
I'm not sure. Desmond's signs are stable.
Well, if there isn't a problem, let's not try to fix anything.
Fair enough. God, I need a drink.
Desmond, think about this. What if I went with you?
With me? Where?
It could work. Just for a while. Until I found a way out. Another body, maybe, or I don't know. I don't want to be here anymore.
That's not going to happen. Sorry.
No. Yeah, I guess I had my chance. And I wasted it.
Were they close? Desmond and Lucy? I mean, closer than friends?
Well, there was the occasional misty-eyed moment, but,
She liked him, Bill. That's what she told me. Interesting.
that's it? Just interesting?
I spent a lot of time training each of them when they were younger. She was a remarkable woman. I just find this whole situation quite sad.
Sad? Are you finally getting soft on us, Bill?
Get the next one started, then I think we'll call it a day.
Claudia, Constantinople, called Istanbul by the Turks, has welcomed me as one of its own. The assassins here, led by an affable fighter named Yusuf, take great pride in their city. A place as diverse and colorful as one could imagine. But it is a troubled city too. A rebellious faction of Byzantine Templars still fights to retain influence. And their recent attacks have delayed my search for the Masyaf keys. But this will not last. As soon as I am able, I will begin looking for Nicolo Polo's former trading post, in search of clues that will bring me nearer to the Masyaf keys. How did we do?
We have won the day and recovered our den. But we lost a few friends in this fight.
So much death for so little gain.
You have some experience recruiting new assassins, do you not?
More than a little.
The people here are quite sick of these Templar attacks. Can you turn on your charms and find us a few more recruits?
See, but this den will not do for training them. Not this soon.
A good point. Speak with one of my men in Galata after you are finished. He can help you begin their training.
So, Ezio going on the recruitment campaign, I'm gonna finish up there. We are just an hour and 40 in, and it's as good a place as any. In the next one, we'll start doing some assassin recruiting. We'll get our assassins away on their first contracts, get them beefed up. I'll look to do some gear upgrades, and then we'll tackle the next memory, because I don't want to get caught off guard. I think I've only got 4 or 5 health bars, and that's a bit too little. So yeah, we'll look at doing some gear upgrades, getting some money in, and yeah, thank you for all your support so far. Thanks for staying with the videos, thanks for sticking with the channel. Take care of yourselves, guys. This is Blizzard Raptor saying bye for now, and thanks for watching.